Well, the most highly anticipated stage of this year's tour will take the riders on a gruelling journey over 3 Haut category climbs, the Col de la Madeleine, the Col de la Croix de Fer, before a 30th summit finish at the legendary Alpe d'Huez. It may not be the country's highest mountain nor its steepest, but l'Alpe and its 21 hairpin bends have long been a part of Tour de France folklore. So 70 kilometres of climbs on the menu in this Queen stage, an elevation gain of 5,000 metres. But there would be one major absentee. Rigoberto Urán, second last year, had to throw in the towel after he failed to recover from a crash on the Roubaix cobbles. Another day of breathtaking scenery in the French Alps, even if the riders themselves didn't have much of a chance to appreciate it. A group of 26 eventually managed to break away on the day's first climb, the Col de la Madeleine, 25.3 kilometres at 6.2%. Julian Alaphilippe and Warren Barguil continuing their battle for the polka dot jersey, and a couple of strong GC riders in there as well, including Movistar's Alejandro Valverde and Lotto Jumbo's Steven Kruijswijk. Sky meanwhile doing what Sky do best at the front of the peloton. Alaphilippe timing his attack to perfection to take maximum points at the top of La Madeleine and leading the way into the 21-kilometre descent. Onto the spectacular Lacet de Montvernier where Pierre Rolland attacked. A stage winner at l'Alpe d'Huez in 2011, he had 4 minutes on the peloton at the summit. But the remaining breakaway riders had reeled him back in before the day's second Haut category climb, the Col de la Croix de Fer. And that was when Kruijswijk jumped off the front. The Dutchman had made no secret this morning of wanting to claim a solo victory at Alpe d'Huez. AG2R and Movistar looking to put a bit of pressure on Sky before the final climb. Kruijswijk 6 minutes clear of the peloton at the top of the Croix de Fer, the Iron Cross. And that advantage was down to 4 minutes as he arrived at the famous hairpins of l'Alpe. And so the GC favourites heading for a spectacular showdown on one of the Tour's most iconic climbs. Frenchman Romain Bardet was the first to really let fly as he pulled away from the rest, looking to close the gap on Kruijswijk up at the front. But the defending champion Froome hit back with 4k to go as Vincenzo Nibali went to ground. An incredible 5-way battle for victory heading into the final kilometre. Froome, Thomas, Bardet, Dumoulin and Landa. But there was absolutely no catching the maillot jaune in the final sprint. Thomas clocking 40 kilometres an hour as he became the first British rider to win on l'Alpe d'Huez. Well, his second victory in as many days is only going to raise further questions about who's really leading this Sky team. He also becomes the first rider to win on l'Alpe d'Huez while wearing the maillot jaune, but not on a time trial. Playing down any suggestion of staying in yellow, though, until Paris.
Look, this race is so hard, and you never know how the body reacts. And like I said yesterday, I'm still riding for Froome. Froome's still the man. He's, like I said, he knows how to ride for 3 weeks. He's a, legend gets used way too much, but, he's probably the best ever.
So a third Tour stage win for Thomas, with Dumoulin once again in second. Bardet having to settle for third in spite of livening things up on the final climb. In the overall standings, Thomas increases his gap over Froome to 1 minute 39. Dumoulin clearly Sky's closest challenger. With the gaps opening up elsewhere, Quintana is now over 4 minutes back. After 3 brutal days in the mountains, the riders will be very relieved to see a flatter stage on the menu on Friday. Stage 13, a transitional one between Bourg d'Oisans and Valence, although there aren't too many sprinters left for the finish. Gaviria, Groenewegen and Greipel all quit today after Cavendish and Kittel yesterday. Thanks very much for watching, and do join us again on Friday.